Attorney Wamel, you read the notice of suspension earlier and you gave what amount again? Can you kindly give him a copy? Counsel for prosecutors? Kuya Anika, on meantime.
Sa payment of rewards po, yung total is 59,787,000 pesos po.
You're referring to page 1 of the December 13 notice of suspension that you prepared.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Can you total it again for me, please, sir?
The payment of rewards po.
I totaled it and your total is wrong. Kindly total the figures that you wrote there.
Yes, sir. It was a typo error po. 69,787,000 pesos.
Ang dami namang nagkamaling numero doon. From 59,787,000, ang tamang total is 69,837,000.
Yes po, Your Honor.
But the figure you mentioned earlier was what was written here. How did you know that it was wrong, a typo, and now you're giving us the correct figures?
Kasi yung 10 million po, Your Honor, hindi na-add dun sa total amount. 10 million po ng payment, reward payment.
Pangalawa po, yung subsequent issuances, binabanggit po 69 million na, pero yung detalye, hindi na po 10.5 million, 10 million na. Ano ba talaga?
Can you repeat your question po, Your Honor? Sorry.
Nakalagay po dyan 10.5 million, 10.05 million. Hindi po ba yung rewards? Yung
Yes,
reward
po.
payment. Yung subsequent documents issued by COA already refer to it as only 10 million. Anong pagkakaiba yun?
What subsequent document po, Your Honor, yung tinutukoy niyo?
I'm referring to the notice of disallowance later on and the documents mentioned also in subsequent articles, in subsequent documents.
Wala na po akong personal knowledge about the notice of disallowance po, Your Honor.
So ba't na-correct yun? Yung 10 million, yung 10.05 naging 10 million na lang. You wouldn't know?
I wouldn't know po, Your Honor.
In relation to the question of Senator Judge Soto, he said how much is the total that were provided for. You gave a total. In relation to the question of Senator Judge Villanueva, ano ba yung pinakaiba? Correct me if I'm wrong. You said you were aware of a notice of disallowance.
Yes po.
How much was the notice of disallowance? Ano yung dinisallow out of the 125?
Sa pagkakalala ko, around 73 million pesos po, Your Honor.
So out of 125 million, 73 million lang yung finally dinisallow ng COA dun sa notice of disallowance. Yung balance, inoke niya.
Ang makakasagot po niya, Your Honor, yung next witness po.
No, if you're familiar with the notices of disallowance, you testified, Attorney Wamel, that AOM, notice of suspension, notice of disallowance. So sa dulo, pag iba na yung amount na nakalagay doon, marami nagtanong kanina, yung dinisallow lang ultimately is only 73.287 million. Posibleng magbago talaga yun, di ba?
Yes po, Your Honor.
So yung AOM mo, yung kabuuan ng 125, yung AOM mo pangalawa, kabuuan ng 125, yung notice of disallowance mo, ay yung notice of suspension mo, kabuuan ng 125, pero posibleng iba na ang amount ng notice of disallowance rather.
Yes po, depending on the evaluation po kasi yun nung nag-audit po.
Now, one final question for this round as well. Let's focus on the failure to liquidate and notice of demand. Yung AOM po ba may failure to liquidate na at notice of demand na wala pa? I'm citing paragraph 8.3 of the IJMC.
Kapag AOM po kasi,
Yes or no?
wala pa po. Yung AOM po kasi yung parang kinukonsider namin as demand po, Your Honor.
So, saan po nakalagay sa AOM na may demand kayo?
Kasi ni-require po namin sila na to comply with the submission po of the documents.
Attorney Wamil, there is a big difference because your notice of suspension, does it include a demand?
Pardon, Your Honor.
Does the notice of suspension include a demand to pay?
Wala pa po, Your Honor.
Isn't it correct na nandun lang sa notice of disallowance yun?
Based on the joint circular po, doon
Yes.
po ni-require po na mag-restitute.
Sa notice of disallowance na.
Yes.
Wala sa AOM, walang demand sa notice of suspension sa notice of disallowance.
The demand to pay po, yes,
Yes.
Your Honor.
So, when will the presumption come in? Under paragraph 8.3. Kung wala pang failure to liquidate, dahil hindi pa final, kung wala pa yung demand until notice of disallowance na hindi pa final, kailan po papasok yung presumption o prima facie dun sa 8.3?
Ang wording po kasi nung 8.3, Your Honor, failure to liquidate. So kasama po doon yung failure to submit the documents. Hindi po kasama yung failure to pay kung ano man po yung dinedemand.
Nakalagay po doon, failure to liquidate upon demand.
Yes po. So ang sinasabi po doon ay isubmit yung complete documents with the ICPAO.
So, pag hiningi nyo at hindi pa nasasubmit, failure na yun sa palagay mo?
Yes, sir. Kasi ang sabi lang naman po is upon demand na hindi sila nakapag-liquidate po.
That is your interpretation, sir, correct? That is not found in the JMC.
Ang binibase ko lang po doon sa provision po ng JMC, Your Honor.
Sa interpretation mo nga ng JMC.
Yes po, Your Honor.
To avail of round 2, Senator Judge Pangilinan. Thank you, Attorney Wamil. To avail of round 2, Senator Judge Pangilinan. You have 2 minutes, sir.
Thank you. Doon tayo sa yung acknowledgement receipts, no? So, andito yung mga acknowledgement receipts for December 21 to 31. No? Ang napansin ko rito nga, lahat buo ang numero, no? Walang butal. 250,000, 500,000 na acknowledgement receipt. Tama ba na kapag resibo na official, ang malamang hindi buo, no? May butal, di ba? May detalyado. Malamang. Di ba?
Malamang po, Your Honor.
Okay. Based on your experience. So dito, puro buo, 250, 500, ni isa, walang butal. Walang sentimo, no? So, yun, medyo isang concern natin yun, ano? Pangalawa, 111 disbursements in one day. Naka-date. Do you confirm that?
Wala po akong data nung number
This
po.
is about December 23,
Ah,
2022. Nakalagay dito, date, December 23, December 23, December. Binilang namin 111. Isang araw, no? Totaling 17 million. Pagka ganyan ba, would you consider that usual? Disbursement, 111 disbursements in one day?
wala pong specific provision yung circular as to that.
Yes, but the circular says to prevent irregular, excessive, di ba? Extravagant. So, would you consider this, does this fall under regular, irregular, or you wouldn't know?
I wouldn't know po.
Okay.
Pero that's unusual po, pero I wouldn't know if it is irregular since wala
Okay,
naman pong provision.
so we come back to the term unusual. Okay. So this is unusual. Doon sa nabanggit mo kahapon, yung usapin nung meeting ninyo, yung audit query, nabanggit nyo na hiningi, di ba nagka-meeting kayo, nagkaroon ng audit query, hinihingi ang audit query sa halip na AOM, tama?
Yes po, Your Honor.
Okay. At hindi kayo pumayag?
Yes po, since wala naman po siya dun sa aming joint circular, Your Honor.
Kung pumayag kayo, na wala sa joint circular at nagbigay kayo ng audit query na hinihingi ng OVP, would you be violating the joint circular?
Yes po. Kaya
So-
hindi po kami nagbigay, Your Honor.
In other words, an audit query would be a violation of the joint circular. Tama?
Hindi lang po siya sanction, Your Honor.
Yes.
Hindi po siya part nung ini-issue namin.
Okay, okay. Pero hindi nga part. Pero kung ginawa nga ninyo, based on your experience as auditor, you would be violating your own issuances.
Yes po, Your Honor.
That's why you refuse to give the audit query as requested and instead, tinuloy nyo yung AOM. Last question, Mr.
Kindly wind up.
Yes, last question. Binanggit mo na hindi tinanggap yung AOM nung inisyu ninyo. Tama ba yun?
Yes po, Your Honor.
Bakit? Alam nyo ba kung ba't hindi tinanggap? Dahil walang authorization? Tama ba yun?
Yes po, wala daw pong mag-receive. Your
Ganyan ba
Honor.
dapat? Ganyan ba ang kalakaran pagka ang isang ahensya ng pamahalaan ay binigyan nyo ng AOM? Nangyayari ba yan na hindi tinatanggap ng ahensya?
Yan po yung first time na nangyari po, Your Honor.
So, that's unusual.
Yes po, that's unusual po.
Okay. No further questions, Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator Judge Pangilinan. Before proceeding to the other round two availers, Chair would like to recognize Senator Judge Zubiri, who will be availing of his first round to make his interjections. You are recognized, sir. You may proceed when you're ready. You have 2 minutes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Presiding Officer. Magandang umaga po, Attorney.
Good morning po, Your
Opo.
Honor.
Ito, broad strokes lang po ito, Mr. Presiding Officer, to my dear colleagues. Kasi sa iyong pananaw, dito sa findings ninyo, napapakita ba na may possibility of misuse and abuse of government funds on confidential and intelligence funds?
There is a presumption po, Your Honor.
Yes. And hindi lamang to para sa opisina ni OVP, di ba? I'm sure sa tagal mo, sa iyong karanasan bilang investigator ng COA, ganito din ang findings mo sa maraming mga ahensya.
Yes po. Since we follow naman po yung joint circular sa lahat ng in-audit po namin.
At hindi lamang sa ahensya ng eksekutibo, pati LGUs. Tama po yan.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Yeah, the reason why I'm taking this up at gusto ko pong tanungin po ang ating witness is sa iyong experience dahil sa lack of accountability using confidential funds as a excuse na nagkakaroon ng abuso at corruption dito sa pondong ito.
Yes po.
Yes, kasi obviously, Mr. Witness, is pag sinabing confidential in nature, wag na kayong magtanong. Basta ginamit namin yung pera. Hindi sa tingin mo, tama po yan o hindi?
Hindi po, Your Honor, kasi ang confidential fund ay public funds pa rin naman po. So it must follow the strict accounting and auditing rules po. Para
So-
maiwasan po yung misuse.
So talagang hinahanap ninyo yung paanong nagastos yung pera, paano yung nagkaroon ba ng plano of action, at paano nagastos ang pera at saan pumunta yung pondo. Tama po yun.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Dito po sa case ni OVP sa Office of the Vice President, meron ba ganung klaseng plano? Meron ba ganung klaseng accounted use of the funds?
Since ang audit po namin ay document-based, so nag-base lang po kami dun sa sinasubmit sa amin. So kapag hindi po properly liquidated, meaning hindi submitted lahat ng documents or yung documents ay hindi compliant dun sa requirements ng joint circular, nagkakaroon po ng presumption na yung amount is put to personal use or benefit po.
Yes, kasi nung ako po yung naging Senate President for 2 years, we had access to the reports of confidential and intelligence funds. And in these reports, makikita po natin one particular agency, talagang detalyado. Ito po ay panggamit sa buy-bust operation ng drugs. Ito po ay nabigay sa informant. Ito po ay nabigay sa mga tumulong paghahuli nito mga tao ito. Ayan ba'y ganun din po nakita ninyo sa OVP, use of confidential funds?
Pwedeng pa ulit po ng tanong, Your Honor.
Sana mabigyan po ako ng leeway ng ating presiding officer. Basically, nung ako po yung naging Senate President, yung confidential intelligence funds ay dinadala dito during budget hearing. So, para ma-review po ng Senado. Ang ginawa ko po, nung ako po yung Senate President, binuksan ko po ito sa majority at minority. As a matter of fact, Senator Risa Ontiveros, Senator Coco Pimentel was the minority leader then. Binuksan po natin yan para makita ng lahat yung paggamit nitong confidential and intelligence funds through the reporting of the different agencies. May mga ahensya na makakapal ang mga sinabmit sa Senado para makita kung gaano nila o paano nila ginamit yung pera. Dito ba po sa Office of the Vice President, ganun din ba po kadetalyado ang report na binigay po sa COA o nung nakita ng COA sa paggamit ng mga pondo nila?
Hindi po, Your Honor.
Hindi po.
Opo.
Okay, and the reason why, and I'll end this as a statement, the reason why we need to really curtail the use of intelligence and confidential funds on the possibility of abuse, and not only on the Office of the Vice President, this also goes to all agencies of government. Kaya limitado na po sa armed forces na lang yung ating confidential funds tuwing nag-approve po tayo ng budget. At kasama na po dapat dyan yung LGUs. Dahil yung LGU po ay matindi din ang pag-abuso ng kanilang confidential intelligence funds. Tama po yan, Attorney? Under your experience.
Yes po. Kulang po yung safeguards, Your Honor.
Maraming salamat po.